Ender, bring her down.
Roger that. Beginning my descent.
Look! Up high! Here she comes!
Is the Dawn rated for atmosphere?
I guess we're gonna find out. Hey, take cover!
Thanks, Chief. Wouldn't have lasted much longer from there. Come to the back of the frigate.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back for another build guide. Mods are finally here in Starfield, and today we've got a UNSC frigate with over 100,000 cargo, 60 meters long, and working cargo bay doors. Today I'm going to show you how to build it, but before we do that, let's go over the mods you're going to need first. Alright, first one I would grab is 200 ship crew slots. This just allows you to fully staff a large ship like the one we're building today. Then, I don't think you need it, but you can get all ship parts unlocked. There's another one that I have for getting all ship parts at your outpost. You're going to need Avon Tech. They have a very large selection of great parts to add to your shipbuilding categories. Better ship part flips, and better ship part snaps. This just makes a couple things easier. You're gonna need Dark Star Astrodynamics, and then I'll be building my entire ship at the Dark Star terminus. Then you're gonna need Deratech. They have another large selection of great pieces, but we're mainly using it for these stairs here. You'll need larger ship size limit. This will actually allow you to build a ship at 60 meters. Matilija Aerospace is another required mod. This offers a lot of very good parts, like our 4-story stairs that we'll be using later. Own 150 ships. Works great for me so far. Shipbuilding tweaks is supposed to make it easier to place parts, but as you'll see in the build, it doesn't always work for me. Ship parts unlocked, or pieces unlocked. This is the one I think you need that makes it where everything appears at your outposts, or the Dark Star terminus might take care of that on its own. SKK Ship Management Tools is a very useful and handy mod. The main thing I use it for is landing my ship where I want to, and it's really cool to be able to land the Pelican like in the middle of the city or at a specific place. It just works great. Check it out. And I think that's all of the ship-related mods. If you have to ask how much it costs, get the Unlimited Resources mod, and the boxes in the lodge always work for me. Alright, first we're going to start with our bay. I'm using the Matilija Aerospace LB750 landing bay. And then we're going to follow that up with a couple modded halves from Deratech. Once you get these stairs, make sure you've got both sets facing aft. And because this landing bay is a bit temperamental, you'll have to use the flip trick to get this first one in place. Just make sure it's on aft whenever you hit cancel, then get another one. Place it here. Then we're going to grab a workshop. Place it here. Again, just make sure it's on workshop whenever you hit cancel. You can do that by changing the variant on this one. I'm going to go ahead and get my gear. I'll be using the Dark Star Stroud belly, changing it to the center one, placing it here. I'm going to structural. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a Deimos belly. I think I'm going to go ahead and get an Avon Tech hood and the keel. And just set those over to the side. I'm going to go into cargo and get the Matilja shielded cargo. Just going to pull this out of the way because, like I said, that bay is temperamental. Just going to place this up here and get 3 on each side. Go ahead and place one of these here. Now I'm going to go ahead and place that bay back. Once it's where I want it, I'm going to flip it twice and then hit cancel. Go ahead and put another one of these down here against our lander. I'm going to go into Habs and get the 3-way 4-floor stairs from Matilja Aerospace. Make sure you've got the aft version. That way you've got doors everywhere except for the rear. Place it connected and like that. Then we want to get the 3-way 3-floor port. Let's place it on top of the workshop. Doesn't matter if it's port or starboard, just remember which one it is. That way you know which side does not have a door. What that means is this side right here, notice how there's no arrows? You won't have any doors on this side whenever you go in there. Next, I'm going to get the 2-floor 4-way, place it up top like this. I believe this one was a Deratech stair again. I'm going to make sure that this one is 4. And this one's going to be aft. I'm going to go ahead and place a 1x1 there. We'll get a control station here, followed by the cockpit, which is going to be a Deratech Kontiki bridge. Go ahead and get one of these, and we'll place it under the bridge like that. Going to go back into structural and grab a Deimos Cowling 4, flip it to where it's facing backwards. We'll have it just like that. Get another companionway here. Starting at this top, let's get 2 Deimos 3x1s. All-in-one. Engineering. And down here we need another 3x1. And 2 2x1s. So I'm gonna do an all-in-one. Living quarters. And then a workstation or a workshop. Just to give the crewmates somewhere else to mess around so they're not all trying to plug up one doorway in the middle of the ship. Then down bottom here, I like to put my brig or cargo hull. Next, we want to fill in this spot with something that wants to go there, like an infirmary's good. I think on this side, I might do a 3x and then a 2x1. So we'll do an all-in-one berth. Actually, let's make that engineering. And then I'm going to connect that to living quarters. And above that, I think we'll do the mess hall. I like to do the empty one because this just puts doors at every access point on both sides. So I think it guarantees the connection. And I'll do a storeroom here. I'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, since this side is the port side that does not have entrances, I'm going to put my captain's quarters here. That way my captain's quarters has a door directly into the empty mess hall that I can customize. And there might be a door between it and the companionway that I'm going to have to put here. But at least this corner out here should be sealed. Then over here, I'll do a living quarters. Unless it wants to go like that, then instead, we'll do an empty all-in-one berth. Functions the same. Here, I'm going to want my battle stations. Make sure you get rid of these companionways. Here I want my armory. The main reason I want my armory there is so that it's connected to my docker, because I plan on putting my docker on this side. We're going to get some Deratech stairs. We'll do... Yep. Go right there. I do believe. Could be wrong about that. We need a companionway here. Go ahead and get my docker out here. And this needs to be 2 3-bys. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in with another 1x1. Then I'm going to connect an all-in-one berth to the battle station. And on this side, we'll do a computer core because we've already got a control station up here. Go ahead and go into structural and grab our Deimos braking engines. It may end up being inaccessible, but I'm just going to throw some 1x1s out here for now. Go ahead and grab our engines. I'll just be using the best version of the SAL engine that I can get from Darkstar. If we did things correctly, we should be at about 60 meters, so that means everything's in relative place at least. Get a cowling and place it right here. Deimos braking engines on the front. Then let's get a 2x1 living quarters here. Then I'm going to put some engineering bays out there, then cap them off with Deimos braking engines. And I'll grab this Avon Tech hood. We'll put 2 of them up front. And we'll grab the keel and do the same thing on the bottom. And bring those out to the sides. We're just going to do 1 of each on each side. Gonna get another one of these Deimos bellies and using the better flip options. I'm gonna put, actually, we're gonna put some cowlings, but still using the better flip options. Be able to put some on the bottom. Right there. Gonna head back over to structural and grab some Hope Tech noses. Let me get another one of these 1x1s here. That way we can put some more noses there. Followed by Deimos bellies. I think I'm going to put my reactor and grav drive in there this time, and then we'll have cargo here, here, and here. Go ahead and get another Avon hood and Avon keel. We'll build these back pieces. Same as you did on the front, but we're going to have an extra one on top and bottom now. It looks like this. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side by highlighting all of these and then hitting duplicate, dragging it over. And I'm going to put these on the inner ones, like they're holding the engines. go ahead and grab our reactor and grav drive from Dark Star. Just gonna get the small version of his C-class reactor. We'll place one there, and then go 2 tabs over to grav drives and do the same thing in this other cubby hole. Then I can get my engines and place them here. Yeah, I think we'll do cargo there this time. Go ahead and grab that from Dark Star. Gonna place one there, one here, and then one over here. That way I can place one of these on top, like that. On both sides. Grab another Avon hood. We'll get them started right here. We'll just do 3 back, that way it overlaps the engine. But doesn't poke over the side. And we want to get some for the top. It's too far forward, so we'll bring it back, and then we do 2 up here. Grab another one of these and change it to this orientation here. Oof, a little bit of lag. Instead of putting cargo up top, I'm just going to put an extra hab right here. Let me just take that off so that it'll snap easily. And then we'll put this in there using flip. I think we're still going to end up with some cargo down there, just not 2 boxes on top of each other. Need to go to our fuel tanks, and courtesy of Dark Star, we'll be getting one very large fuel tank with 1,000 grav drum fuel to stick right in the middle of the engines. Grab another Deimos belly, and let's line this section here with them. And we'll fill that gap in with either cargo, or you could duplicate this and then bring it up. And if you wanted to put it in there, you just slide it in, change the variant. And if it snaps like that, bring it down, try it again. If you wanted to do that and have 2,000 grav jump fuel, but I don't think you need that much. So I'm going to put some more cargo up there in mine. What's our one error? Too few landing gears. All right, so the way we're going to deal with that is coming down here and duplicate this one 9 times. All right, quick edit. I forgot to throw in more cargo in the initial recording of the video, so I'll put this somewhere around the landing gear. What you want to do is highlight your cargo here, duplicate it, accept, and then we'll duplicate it again. And then we'll select all, edit, and accept. Duplicate it, and accept. Then select all, edit, and accept. And we're just going to do that until we get over 100,000 cargo. Then delete that extra one out of there. And once you get a bunch of gear stacked together, you can select all, edit, and then they should snap into place like that. Mostly got the structure taken care of. Now we need to install weapons, shield, and a couple little cosmetic knickknacks. Let's start with the weapons, since those can be the most irritating out of everything that's left. We're going to get the Matilda anti-capital ship cannon here. We're coming to the starboard side and pulling this section here off. Because we're not going to be able to just slide this into place. It snaps, but it's red. Unless you have the modified ship tolerance, which works sometimes for me. I have it installed, but it's not always reliable. Kind of depends on where it is in the load order, and mine changes constantly. But we just get this out here and duplicate, accept, then delete, and that's how I'm making it walk across the screen like that. And you kind of get an idea for the path it's taking, and once you figure out the angle it's going to travel, you want to line it up where it should snap into place, get it as close as possible so you're not doing this all day. And once you get one to land in place like that, you can come over here, select all, and you're going to have to grab the engineering bay, connect it, then change the variant, change it back to where you had it. And now you can add the other pieces back. Next, we're going to pull these hoods off here. Go into structural and grab some equipment plates. I recommend using at least one of the Taio's ship 200 crew support. That way you can staff this massive ship. I'm going to place one of them here. And I'm going to grab a regular equipment plate for the rest of the things that I need. We're going to need 2 more. Then go into weapons. And what I'm placing up here is the Matilda Aerospace 360 EMHS turret. I'll be getting 4 of them situated on the front up here, but you'll only be able to see 2 of them. Once we get those installed there, we can lower the hoods, change the variant, swap it back, and cancel. Same thing for this side. Then we want to install some equipment plates on top of the hoods. And 2 more of our turrets. Then finally, we want the aerospace SCH-300 stealth compartment hatch. We'll be putting 4 of these in. The first one's gonna go up here, but go ahead and get an extra one on the side because it likes to duplicate things that are attached to it as well whenever you go to grab another one. Once it snaps in place, change the variant, then change it back, and hit cancel. And we want to do the same thing on the other side. Make sure you place it, let go of it, and pick it back up before you try and get it to snap into place. Otherwise, it won't work. And we need 1 more. These are going to be on the lower portion, actually inside of the staircase over here. And you have to try to be careful to line this one up as well as you can because it has a tendency to just snap or stay connected wherever you let go of it. It doesn't actually snap into a place and line up like things usually do. So you have to line it up pretty well on your own. Just once you get it there, change the variant twice and then hit cancel. Go ahead and grab our shield while we're in here. Just using the best one offered to me by Dark Star. I'm actually going to hide it under this hood here. Let's go ahead and assign our weapons. I'm going to make this first one the anti-capital ship, followed by the stealth compartment missiles, leaving Y to be the turret so that I don't have to actually worry about pressing Y to shoot a weapon. Go ahead and take care of the color. Actually, hold on that. Back in the structural and get a, I believe it's Avon Tech dish. I think we're gonna need an Avon Tech girder as well. Not girder, but beam vertical. Let me just check. We might not need that. We don't, actually. Awesome. So let's put a dish on top. Ignore the vertical beam. And then we need to go into equipment. Last thing I'm almost forgetting, I believe. We need the cargo lift from Matilda Aerospace. This one has multiple variants. And changing the variant is how we're actually going to get it to go into place. Once you hear it snap, flip it to the variant you want, and then hit cancel. Make sure you duplicate it, let go of it, and then pick it back up before you try and do that again. And we want to put these down each side. These won't be open like this whenever you're in space. They only open whenever you're on land. Every time you take off, you'll get to see them shut, and every time you land, they open back up. Same with the weapons. They'll stay shut while you're in a landed position like this, but as soon as you get it out into space, they open up and you can see the missiles. All right, now I do believe that's everything. So we're gonna highlight it and change the color to something closer to what you'd expect. Everything should be nominal and you should be able to exit. If it appears below the plane like this, before you exit the menu, make sure that you preview another ship. And then switch back to the one that you just built. Then you can make it your home ship. Exit the shipbuilder menu. May cause a little bit of frame rate drop on Xbox. It's pretty big. After that, you should be able to explore your new UNSC frigate. It's quite large, but if you followed the order that I did in the video, it should be relatively easy to navigate. You should have one staircase whenever you enter that leads up into the rear staircase. This is the main one that leads up to the cockpit. And if we want to get to the other one, you can just come up the first set of stairs, turn around and go through the brig, which should connect you to this front staircase, which just goes between the two front sections that essentially that form the Mac gun on the front. This is the top section, which would make this the living quarters in between. And then if we go down, the only thing about these staircases is sometimes the door blocks the way, so you have to shut it. Other than that, they're amazing. This is the other long section with a living quarters, possibly work. I think this one has the workshop down at the end. And this also connects you to the side sections, I believe. One of these does. This one. Right? No. Like I said, it's a big ship. But if we head back down this front staircase, should be able to go through any one of these. This should be the mess hall. The empty one, of course. This is back at that rear main staircase. So it leads all the way up. Of course, you can access every floor on the way by. Control station on our way to the cockpit. The cargo is there. I don't see the cap. Oh, there's the captain's locker on the other side.
All right, let's see what's out there. Achieving orbit now.
And now you can see the missiles are out on both top and bottom. And the cargo bays have pulled themselves back inside. The way you're flying through space looks a lot more like frigate. But that just about covers it. If this video helped you out, please remember to hit those like and sub buttons down below, and I hope to see you here in another one. Later.